Hey guys, Pete Tverdov here with Tverdov Housing. Want to give you a market update in New Brunswick for the month of February. So we're going to bring up the information right now. We're going to start with the single families, townhomes, and condos. So what I saw from January to February was a lot of consistency. 23 active listings in February. You see 24 in January. Closed from 9 to 12, pretty consistent. The average closing price dipped a little bit, but it's still upper $400,000 range, which again, I think is pretty crazy, the acceleration we've seen of that. I'm going to touch more on that in a minute. Average days on market, very consistent, and once again, month over month, stuff is closing over asking. On the multifamily side, also a lot of consistency. Only 8 active listings in the month of February, which not terrible for multifamily. Like over the summer, we saw between 12 and 15, so it's still a tighter market for multifamily. They are going under contract pretty quickly. What I've noticed is days on market has really shrunk down in the multifamily space, at least for February, a little over 2.5 weeks on market. So what that means is the multifamily properties that are hitting the market, they're getting gobbled up quicker. And I can confirm this because I have worked with a couple of buyers just in the last month in the multifamily space in New Brunswick, and we got the stuff under contract pretty quickly. So if you're watching this video and you were trying to buy a multifamily and you didn't get it, I won. Sorry. Average closing price in the multifamily space in the month of February, nearly 105% over asking. And I've seen this from houses listed for $400,000 to houses listed for $1.2 million. So depending on the value the buyer feels they could get, they will still pay over asking. So between the 2 months, a lot of consistency, but what I did want to look at, and we did a little homework here, I want to pull up the data from a year ago, all right? Because Pete, thanks for these videos. Month over month is nice, but what about looking back a year? So let's look back a year now, right? So just a year ago, single families, active single family houses for sale in New Brunswick, there was only 9. Now there's 23. So there's a lot more inventory in the single family, townhouse, and condo space in New Brunswick. Average closing price a year ago, $404,000. A year later, it's $468,000 for February, and last month in January, the average was $493,000. So we were talking in the office and saying, like, well, what's driving this up? And one theory that I personally have is they built these new luxury townhomes on Route 1, and they're going for a premium. And I think there's a couple. I mean, and obviously we've seen appreciation in places like 1 Spring Street, places like that. So I think in a nutshell, luxury townhomes and condos are pushing the price higher of the entire single family space. And at the end of the day, where can you find a single family home for under $400,000? Anywhere in New Jersey, or at least central and north. So I just found that out to be very interesting. And then from a multifamily perspective, the only interesting thing of note, and I've personally noticed this at least the last couple of months, is the average days on market, it's shrinking. So multifamily very consistently used to be 2 months, 2.5 months days on market, and now we've seen it like a month and a half, a month, and the month of February we're seeing 17 days. So actually in February, more multifamily houses are selling, in February, multifamily houses are selling faster than single family. So a lot of numbers I'm throwing at you guys. If I could fit this into a tweet, the New Brunswick market is still very strong, very hot, and very competitive. So I hope that was helpful for you. If it was, hit that like button. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me. You could drop a comment. Happy to respond. And we'll see you again for next month's update.